It is 5:42 in the morning in northern Ohio. The parking lot is already half full. Pickup trucks stand quietly in the cold, engines off, coffee cups steaming in the dark. Inside the factory, the lights are on. Not because the day has begun, but because the system has already decided that it should. The workers arrive early now, not to clock in, not to talk, but to check their phones. A notification determines whether today will be a full shift, a shortened one, or no shift at all. There is no foreman waiting by the door anymore, only an app. For decades, this factory ran on noise. Phones ringing, voices raised, arguments about schedules and overtime, the human friction of work. Now the office is quiet, too quiet. The machines still move, the conveyor belts still hum, but the decisions no longer travel through people. They arrive silently. As data. We are moving from a world where you are managed by a person to a world where you are managed by a set of instructions written by someone you will never meet. Mary L. Gray, Senior Principal Researcher, Microsoft Research Author of Ghostwork. No one here can point to the manager anymore, not because management disappeared, but because it dissolved. Into software, into optimization models, efficiency scores, predictive scheduling. The authority didn't leave the building. It simply became invisible. Mark has worked here for 23 years. He remembers when the supervisor knew his kids' names, when a late shift could be negotiated, when effort mattered, not just output. Now the system sees only numbers. How fast, how often, how efficiently, not why, not context, not care. The algorithm sees the output, but it is blind to the effort. It cannot distinguish between a worker who is slow because they are lazy and one who is slow because they are helping a colleague. Veena Dubel, Professor of Law, University of California. Expert on algorithmic labor systems. This factory is part of America's reshoring story. Manufacturing brought back home, jobs returning, supply chains shortened. On paper, it looks like sovereignty restored. But something else happened at the same time. Decision-making did not return with the machines. It moved upward and outward, to dashboards, to software vendors, to AI models trained far away from Ohio. The walls came back. The dignity did not always follow. Bringing the factories back to the U.S. was supposed to restore the American dream. But if the decision-making remains automated and offshore in its logic, we have only brought back the walls, not the dignity. Rana Foroohar, global business columnist, Financial Times author of Homecoming. Management feels it too. One plant manager admits quietly that he no longer truly controls the floor. The system recommends, the system ranks, the system flags inefficiencies. Overriding it triggers questions. Too many overrides show up in quarterly reports. Too many human decisions look inefficient. He doesn't say it openly, but he knows. He manages people. The algorithm manages him. At home, the uncertainty lingers. Schedules arrive late. Changes come without explanation. Time off becomes unstable. Planning becomes impossible. Life shrinks to a series of notifications. It's not just about the hours. It's about the colonization of your downtime. When your schedule is determined by a black box, your home life becomes a function of a calculation you can't see. Callum Cant, researcher and author of Smashed by the Algorithm Workers, describe a strange sensation. They were not fired. They were not confronted. They were simply no longer selected. The machine doesn't fire you anymore. It just stops asking for you. Worker testimony. Documented in labor rights investigations, the ghost does not shout. It does not threaten. It does not explain. It simply optimizes, and in doing so, it quietly reshapes what work means. This is not a story about evil technology. The algorithm does not hate the worker. It does not love efficiency either. It is simply math, applied to muscle, until the muscle tires or demand drops. In the Rust Belt, people were told the future had returned, and in many ways it has. The factories are back, the lights are on, the machines are running. But something has changed. The decisions no longer echo, they whisper, from a screen, from a server, from somewhere no one in the room can see. This is the new ghost of American industry. Not unemployment, not automation, but the quiet disappearance of human judgment and the lingering question left behind. If no one decides, who is still responsible?